Nationals back in 2013. That's going to be the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. And on his outside out of Georgetown, Delaware, he's made the event 2 times previously. The 7 is the boss. That's Ross Robinson.
Well, Mike Marlar, he's the only driver to win 3 Lucas Oil Knoxville Late Model Nationals. Inside road number 2, the 157. And on the outside, he fixed the oil leak in the car. He's currently second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase out of Jupiter, Florida, the 6 of Clay Harris.
They just put that motor in the car last night, too, by the way. Row 3, Rick Boom Briggs out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, in the 99B. And on his outside, the 93 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Corey Lawler.
Your next row inside, the 07 out of Norfolk, Nebraska. In the Schwartz car, it's Ben Sukup. And on the outside, the veteran Junior Coover in his 47th year of racing out of Norfolk, Nebraska. You go, Junior.
Absolutely. Final 2 starters, Newton, Iowa's Kurt Schroeder in the 15C, and Watertown, South Dakota, Scott Ward in the 37, Corey Lawler. Before we get underway, they're going to throw the caution lights back on the Speedway as Lawler has stopped down to grab a word with Turn 4 Series official Zachary Booker.
And then coming up after this will be the Malvern Bank Heat races. There'll be 8 laps apiece. Then we'll have those hot laps for those 16 drivers locked in from the last 2 nights of racing.
So Lawler is going to rejoin the field in his scheduled starting spot, James, which is outside of row number 5.
Yes.
Right? 5, thank you.
Been a tough week for Mikey Marlar and Drake Troutman, and both coming back full bore here tonight.
And
Lawler goes into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And he may decide he's not going to run this, so he will start 26 here tonight. So ready to go at the Nutrient Act Solution start zone. Jimmy Owens and Ross Robinson off at turn 4, Dustin Jarrett.
They fire and take the green flag down into turns 1 and 2. Jimmy Owens will get the early hole shot. Boy, Mike Marlar has just had an entire bookaboo of problems here over the course of the weekend. He would love nothing more than to shake that bad luck. And I was going to say race his way in. He'll obviously be in the show, but get maybe a little better starting spot here by virtue of finishing better in this fast shaft speed main.
Jimmy Owens, remember, he was running good last night. Got into the turn 1 wall, about knocked the deck out of it, came back in for repairs, was running good. Did not get the finish he wanted to last night. A former winner of the Silver Dollar Nationals, 4-time Lucas Oil champion. He has 82 career wins in a Lucas Oil Series as he leads them into turn number 1.
Good battle for second there on your screen. Mike Marlar has it. Ross Robinson trying to take it away. Marlar sliding up, coming off the corners. That's momentarily opening up the door for Ross Robinson. Robinson, though, unable to work his way by. It's still Jimmy Owens out front. Mike Marlar second. Ross Robinson runs third.
And Clay Harris, they put the Durham back in. They've went out the Durham for a while and had an oil leak in hot laps, but they've got that fixed. Brian Green turning the wrenches on that Kim Harris owned car. Right now, Jimmy Owens the advantage as we'll have 6 down and 4 to go this time around. Then it's Marlar, Robinson, Harrison, Boom, Ben Sukup in the 07 DJ.
And have confirmed that it is a 12-lap fast shaft B main here, James. So where they're playing again. They're at the halfway point, 6 laps down, 6 laps go. Now 5 laps remaining in this one. Jimmy Owens holding steady at about a 1.2, 1.3 second advantage over Mikey Marlar.
Talked about Junior Coover. I mean, people like him, and we wish Hal Humphrey was here. But Junior Coover is going to bring home a minimum of $3,600 this weekend. $800 Thursday night, $800 last night. It's $2,000 to start. So there you go. Jimmy Owens right now showing the way.
Just drove into your living room.
In that Kohler Motorsports Vic Hill Rocket. Former winner again of the Silver Dollar Nationals, where we have 5 of those drivers here with us this weekend. Jonathan Davenport, the only driver to win it 3 times.
Coming around to 2 laps to go. This Jimmy Owens still a 1.5 second advantage over Mike Marlar, who's been able to keep Ross Robinson at bay. Clay Harris there waiting in the wings, and right now Boom Briggs rounds out the top 5. This time by, they get the Barron's Performance. 1 to go, final time around for Jimmy Owens.
Mikey Marlar second, Robinson, Harris, and Boom Briggs. Good clean race, so all those will survive into the A main, including Corey Lawler off at turn 4, and Jimmy Owens picks up the fast shafts B main here tonight at Huset.
Mike Marlar finishes second, Ross Robinson third, Clay Harris fourth, fifth is Boom Briggs. They're followed by Ben Sukup, Junior Coover, Scott Ward, and Kurt Schroeder. Corey Lawler will be credited with the 10th position. So third goes to Ross Robinson, second goes to Mike Marlar, and the winner of your Fast Shafts B main, he will start in position number 17 in the 14th Silver Dollar National presented by My Race Pass, the driver out of Newport, Tennessee. In the Kohler Motorsports, Reese Monument Company, Boom Test, Well Service, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Tim Short Auto Group, Redline Oil, Capital Waste sponsored Rocket Chassis. How about it for the 52-year-old Jimmy Owens? So Owens will make his way to the UNOH Tech and Scale area to make it official as he grabs the win in the Seepnings Fast Shafts B main. Well, next on the agenda will be the Seepnings heat races for the Malvern Bank Series. We're going to step aside for a very quick set of commercial breaks. Double A Anthony Ainsley will be back on the call for your 4 Malvern Bank West Series heat races. That'll be coming up next. Don't go anywhere. If you're here on the grounds or watching at home, it's the 14th Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass.
Welcome back, race fans. We are back at Huset Speedway. All the young race fans out here, gorgeous new Bobby Pierce merchandise that youngster has got as we are ready to go for heat racing action for the Malvern Bank Super Late Models West Series for the fourth and final night of the 14th annual Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass. Before we get tonight's heat racing action underway, got to send a big shout out to one of our fellow drivers out there, former series champion Jesse Sobbing. A big shout out to our buddy there, Jesse. Unfortunately, Jesse, his season came to an end earlier this week. Went in for extensive back surgery earlier on Thursday. And right now, Jesse in the early recovering process. So hopefully, Jesse, watching back at home in Malvern, Iowa, we miss you out here, Team Crazy. Just the series is just not the same without the Crazy 99 out here. So, again, a big shout out to Jesse Sobbing. A big thanks to, again, to Jay Burdick and all the team with Malvern Bank and everything they do for the series throughout the 2024 season. They've been a partner with our series for many, many years. Well, you see the teams making their way over across the Speedway. We're ready to go for 4 heat races. Each one of these will go 8 laps in distance. The top 16 in the passing points in conjunction with the qualifying points they did earlier will make up the first 8 rows in tonight's 30-lap, 5,053 to win Kosiski Auto Parts A main event. Plus, the top point earner will have a chance to be our Skyline Materials lucky 6th-place starter. A potential $1,050 bonus could be going to whoever starts 6th in tonight's A main event. Heat number 1 lined up in the chute and just about ready to get out there. We'll get a quick look at our starting lineup here before too long. Starting on the pole tonight, that'll be the 24M of Cody Martin. Scheduled to be on his outside will be the 52 of Brian Kaziski. We've got the Iron Man, Daryl DeFrance in the 99D on the inside of row number 2. On his outside, currently second in the championship standings. Actually, third in the championship standings, my mistake. The 4 of JC Wyman. Tad Pospisil currently sitting 4th in the standings now. Will start inside row number 3. And on his outside, there's your second place in championship standings. The 24 of Bill Layton Jr., tonight's number 1 qualifier. And then we got Tyler Myers in the 27 to be our 7th and final starter here in heat race number 1. Again, 8 laps the distance. Top 16 in passing and finishing points in conjunction with qualifying points will lock themselves into tonight's A-main event. And you got 3 of the top 5 drivers in the championship hunt in this heat alone. It's Cody Martin on pole position with Brian Kaziski on his outside. The field tightens up and we are ready to go racing here with the Malvern Bank West Series here at Huset Speedway. We're underway. And Brian Kaziski did not get the start. He was looking for a bit of puff of smoke there, possibly some tire rub. It is coming off the 4 of JC Wyman. A little bit of close combat with Daryl DeFrance, pulls the fender underneath the number 4 machine. Meanwhile, Cody Martin, he will come off a turn number 4 to lead lap number 1. JC Wyman settles into position number 2. Looks like the tire rub has subsided. Meanwhile, Brian Kaziski has the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, Daryl DeFrance going after Bill Layton Jr. Layton out to the inside, right up beside Kaziski off a turn number 4. But the 52 of Kaziski still has the half car length advantage. Meanwhile, battle for the lead is on. You see it on your screen. Cody Martin and JC Wyman ready to do battle. Here we go. Wyman right around the bottom. JC Wyman catfishing pays off. He'll take the race lead. Now JC Wyman shows the way. The JD Wyman powered Longhorn number 4 now in command. I mentioned before, that team has come oh so close to multiple feature wins so far this year. Still a goose egg in the wins column for the number 4 machine out of Griswold, Iowa. Could tonight be the night that the team finally breaks that glass ceiling? Cody Martin hangs on to position number 2 over Bill Layton Jr. Tad Pospisil trying to bounce back after a tough night last night. Pospisil, he was running inside the top 10, but then unfortunately broke down. I believe finished 19th in last night's main event as the laps continue to wind down. 2 sticks will be up. Well, I say that, but the green flag is still out 2 more times around, nevertheless. White flag will be out next time by. JC Wyman shows the way now. Pospisil, good run to the low side. He'll sidestep Brian Kaziski for 4th as JC Wyman comes down to take the white flag. Final trip around the speedway for the driver out of Griswold, Iowa, JC Wyman. Takes it down into 3 for the 8th and final time, and he will make it look. Checker flag is out. JC Wyman will win heat race number 1. Cody Martin will be 2nd. And it's Bill Layton Jr., Tad Pospisil, Brian Kaziski, and Tyler Myers to finish out the order. So they'll head down to the scale. They will make it official. Race fans, give it up for your winner of heat race number 1 from Griswold, Iowa. In the Clean Car Center, Wyman Body Works, Shore Motor Company, GW Performance, number 4, it's JC Wyman. On we go to heat race number 2. We're ready to go on this one. Jake Bridge out of Waverly, Nebraska. And the 1 will be your pole setter. He'll have the 20 of Trevor Anderson to his outside. Second row will be the 10T of Jeff Tharp. On his outside will be the 76 of Zach Zeitner. Row 3 on the inside, last night's winner, the 62 of Justin Zeitner. He'll have the 14 of Kyle Burke to his outside. And the 10X of Robert Bitts will round out the field. We are ready to go rapid fire with the Malvern Bank West Series. Heat number 2 is off and running here at the Silver Dollar Nationals, night number 4. Oh, it's getting tight there as Jake Bridge showed the nose underneath Trevor Anderson, and around he goes in turn number 2. We are under caution right away. Tough break there, the Rick Honeycutt owned number 1. That was the team that won the 2009 Series Championship with Mike Wyorta as their driver. Tonight, Jake Bridge. We've been mentioning it all week long, how much we have missed the original home of the Silver Dollar Nationals, the I-80 Speedway. You're looking at a former track champion, Jake Bridge. Unfortunately, facing the wrong way on the one-way. As we get a quick look here on the FloRacing Instant Replay, we'll take a quick look at that. See if we can get that pulled up here. Again, as Jake cleans this mess over in turn number 2. And I believe Jake unfortunately, gonna have to go to the tail after going. So I guess we had a little miscommunication there, but nevertheless, we are ready to get back to racing action. And just like that, Bridge in 2 corners goes from penthouse to outhouse. That'll put Trevor Anderson on pole with Jeff Tharp to the outside. We'll see what the Hawk 20 Motorsports entry does from the pole position. We are green this time in heat number 2. Anderson and Tharp side by side for a moment. Anderson will have the whole shot as they head down the backstretch for the first time. Justin Zeitner trying to get the top shelf cranked up just the way he liked it last night. Lap 1 will go to Trevor Anderson. Anderson, one of your heat race winners from last night. Jeff Tharp slides up the track. Here comes Zach Zeitner to the inside. Zeitner poked the nose, but Tharp gets the better run off the exit. Kyle Burke and Justin Zeitner, they went blow for blow last night here as Burke sticks the nose piece in front of Zeitner as they head into turn 1. Burke trying to force Zeitner's hand, not going to happen. Jay-Z with the Swartzen horn on full assault mode tonight. He comes down, takes the line away, and Justin Zeitner now into position number 4. Trevor Anderson going to be your race leader as they come down to the halfway mark. 4 laps in the books, 4 remaining as they get back to the stripe. Jeff Tharp remains 2nd, Zach Zeitner 3rd, then it's Justin Zeitner 4th, Kyle Burke is 5th, Jake Bridge runs 6th, and Robert Bitts rounds out the order. Right now, bottom lane seems to be the place to be here in heat race number 2. Again, track is still winding out. If we can get it like last night, we are going to be in for another treat, another banger of a show, just like we were last night. Meanwhile, Justin Zeitner trying to close in on his cousin for the 3rd spot as they head through turns 3 and 4. Zach goes up the hill. Here comes Justin to the inside. Zach Zeitner right through the middle lane. Justin staying glued to the berm off of turns 1 and 2. It's the Zeitner family side by side as they head into turn number 3. As the white flag comes out for Trevor Anderson. Jeff Tharp will come home, will be in the 2nd spot for the time being. Kyle Burke trying to pick the inside line to get around Zach Zeitner for the 4th spot. Off of 2, can't get it there. But off of turn number 4, Trevor Anderson will win heat race number 2. Jeff Tharp will be 2nd. Justin Zeitner will be 3rd. Zach Zeitner holds on to 4th over Kyle Burke. Then it's Jake Bridge and Robert Bitts to round out the order. So a very tight race there in heat number 2, but your winner, come to us from Watertown, South Dakota, the Hawk 20 Motorsports, Dirt Track Supply, 605 Nutrition, Cowboy Country Store, Subway of Mitchell, Subway of Miller, Taser Powered Rocket number 20, that is Trevor Anderson. So 2 heat races down, 2 remain, as we're about ready to get heat race number 3 up and running. Is get a look at your lineup. On the pole, it's going to be charging Charlie McKenna out of Ames, Iowa, in the 22 on his outside. There'll be his fellow Iowan, the 91 out of Garner, that is Gabe Umbarger. We got a pair of South Dakota natives in row number 2. On the inside will be the 87 of Kirk Krantz. On his outside will be the 4J, the former sprint car race, that's Lee Gross. Row number 3 on the inside, the current West Series points leader, the 32C of Chad Holliday. On his outside, our lone Wisconsin native in the field, the 7X, that is Jesse Glens. Rounding out the field from Omaha, Nebraska, that'll be the 44, that is T-Roy Troy Daly. Those will be your 7 cars for heat race number 3. Of course, race fans, after tonight, we are back in action for 2 big races in the state of Iowa for the Malvern Bank West Series. The next one up, you can catch us live on FloRacing next Friday night. It is the Dale DeFrance Memorial at the Marshalltown Speedway in Marshalltown, Iowa. Not only will you get the Malvern Bank West Series like tonight, you will also get the East Series as well. So both series will be in action, running for championship points. That is part of the SNS Welding 10th is the Best Series. Kind of a special little point contingency for some of our late model drivers, courtesy of SNS Welding. You can catch that race next Friday night over at the Marshalltown Speedway. And plus, we got a couple of special guests joining us that night. Team Hunt the Front is coming to race with us tonight. Joseph Joyner and Jesse Enterkin are going to be piloting the Malvern Bank cars. That'll be Jesse Sobbings 99 and then Jay Burdick's number J1. So hoping the best of luck for Team Hunt the Front as they make their Malvern Bank Series debut next Friday night. Of course, we'll be in action next Saturday night as well. The Ray Houck Memorial Late Model Showdown at the Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. Of course, Team Hunt the Front will be out there as well. That'll be a fun night. I believe it's going to be a 4,000 to win A-main event out at the Ray Houck Memorial. It'll be 4,400 to win for the Dale DeFrance Memorial as well. So a lot of great action still to come on the Malvern Bank Super Late Model Series Tour, both on the West and the East Tours. And don't forget, the Malvern Bank Super Late Model Series, the East and West come together with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series one more time this year, and that'll be the Saturday portion of the Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals at the Knoxville Raceway. believe that'll be on September 21st, the Saturday portion. That will be the Bob Moshman Memorial for the Malvern Bank Series, 4,000 to win for the Malvern Bank Super Late Model Series as we get heat race number 3 on the track. Just cannot wait for that one as we get back to Knoxville. Of course, you can catch the entire Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals live on FloRacing when we make it down there in September, the week after the World 100, which you can also catch live on Flo. Caution lights go out across the speedway. Charging Charlie on the pole. We go green here in heat race number 3. Lee Gross just about caught the front stretch wall as they head into turn number 1. Deadlocked for a moment. Charging Charlie. Charlie McKenna will be your race leader as they head into turn number 3. Here goes Umbarger trying to cross it over off of turn number 4. Not going to happen off the bottom. And Charlie McKenna will be lap 1 leader. Dave Umbarger runs second. Kirk Kranz runs third. Battles on for 4th. Here goes Chad Holliday. Good run off of turn number 2. The defending East Series champion going after Lee Gross for the 4th spot. But Gross says no to that one. Troy Daly now to the inside is Holliday. Trying to get the outside pumping. Off of turn number 2. Daly will take the 5th spot away from Holliday, and now Jesse Glentz might take the next spot away from Holliday if he's not careful. Meanwhile, bottom surfing seems to be the place to be. A lot of catfishing going on here at the Huset Speedway early on. Chad Holliday trying to do a little bit of fly fishing, high, wide, and handsome, but so far not paying off for him. Charlie McKenna continues to show the way. The Vic Hill power plant between the frame rail on that MB custom chassis, number 22. He's your leader. Gabe Umbarger runs second. Then it's Kirk Kranz, Lee Gross, Troy Daly, Jesse Glentz, and Chad Holliday. That's the order at this point. So right now, the West Series point leader, leave a 30-point buffer over Bill Layton Jr. coming into tonight, having some trouble getting some valuable passing points. One driver who's not having trouble is Kirk Kranz as he's able to sidestep Gabe Umbarger for the 2nd spot. White flag will be coming out this time. Charlie McKenna. This team has just had so many engine woes the last month or so. Went through 2 motors in a span of about 8 days on the tour. And right now, Charging Charlie, he'll bring it into 3 for the final time, and Charlie McKenna makes it look easy. He wins heat race number 3 very decisively. Kirk Kranz will be 2nd. 3rd will be Lee Gross. Then it's Gabe Umbarger, Jesse Glentz, Chad Holliday, and Troy Daly to finish out the order. So they'll head back to the scale, make it official. Give it up. Your Heat 3 winner tonight out of Ames, Iowa. That is the My Yield Seed Treaters, Christie Door Company, Dirt Track Bank, Shore Motor Company, McKenna Innovations Group, 712 Media, Vic Hill Powered MB Custom. Number 22, it's Charlie McKenna. Excellent job there. Another driver looking for their first win on the tour, that being Charlie McKenna, as we get ready for our 4th and final Malvern Bank Series heat race. And we'll have Kerry Umbarger in the 2C on the pole. He'll have the 35D of Dylan Silman to his outside. Row 2 will be the 53 of Andrew Kaczynski on his outside, the 56 of Chris Speaker. Jason Haney in the 76 and Josh Leonard in the 85. They will make up row number 3. And the 34K of Colby Clausen will round us out. Oddly enough, Colby Clausen, I believe, has more laps than anyone here on the Malvern Bank Series here at the Huset Speedway. Former late model street stock racers, we go green in heat race number 4. Dylan Silman jumps out to a strong lead to kick this one off. Kerry Umbarger settles into position number 2 as Andrew Kaczynski going toe-to-toe with Jason Haney. Oh, a little bit of close combat action between Speaker and Kerry Umbarger. Dylan Silman will lead lap number 1. Jason Haney, the big beneficiary, as he takes over 3rd after that contact between Umbarger and Speaker. Josh Leonard now up to the 4th spot. Andrew Kaczynski trying to follow suit around the bottom of turns 3 and 4 here at the Huset Speedway. And AK coming off a strong run last night. We came home 2nd in that feature over Kyle Burke in that one. A tight race there throughout the main event last night. Kaczynski, I know, would like to go a couple more spots up the ladder and take home his first win on the West Tour. Kaczynski already a winner on the East. Meanwhile, Dylan Silman would like to get his first ever series win. He's had a couple of 2nd and 3rd place finishes. He came home 5th in last night's main event. A great run for him. The 21-year-old out of Alvo, Nebraska, looking good. The son of former modified ace Jeremiah Silman, looking good here at Huset's. Chris Speaker continues to hold down the 2nd spot. Jason Haney runs 3rd. Then it's Josh Leonard. Andrew Kaczynski battles on at the tail end of the field between Colby Clausen and Kerry Umbarger. It's getting tight as Umbarger catches the turn 2 wall. As we have 2 more circuits to go. The white flag will be coming out from our head flagman as Andrew Koziski looking to the inside. He'll sidestep Josh Leonard or Willie as they head through 3 and 4. Koziski completes the overtake as the white flag comes out. Koziski now to 4th. Meanwhile, Dylan Silman takes it into 3 for the 8th and final time. Another decisive victory for the driver out of Alvo, Nebraska. Dylan Silman triumphant in heat race number 4. Chris Speaker comes home 2nd. Then it's Jason Haney, Andrew Koziski, Josh Leonard, Colby Clausen, and Kerry Umbarger to finish out the order. So the youngest driver in the field tonight heads to the scale to make it official. Your Heat 4 winner out of Alvo, Nebraska. That is the S&S Welding, Strike Farms, Corn Grover State Bank, Dirt Track Bank, Andy Durham powered rocket chassis, number 35D. Give it up for your Heat 4 winner, Dylan Silman. Well, race fans, that will complete heat racing action for the Malvern Bank Super Late Models West Series. We'll come back later tonight with a Predator Custom Trailers B feature. We'll also let you know who is our Skyline Materials lucky 6th place starter. But now, we will go back to hot lap sessions. We have got the top 16 with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series that are already qualified. That will be coming up after a quick commercial break. And we will get ready to go. You're watching the finale of the 14th Annual Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass here on MAP TV on FloRacing.
ARP, the ultimate fasteners for racing in the dirt. With high horsepower demands, ARP delivers maximum clamping force and performance. When failure on the dirt is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com.
At Big River Steel, we've always been known as innovators. We dared to make new rules as the world's first flex mill, including supplying the auto and electrical industries with steels that other mills like us can't, all while showing what it means to be a sustainable steelmaker. We're proud to be the world's first and only LEED certified steel production facility. Now, as part of U.S. Steel, we're committed to making steels that are best for all. You could say, it's the
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. By Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive. And by E3 Spark Plugs, what are you running? We got a dirt draft hot lap session now, James, for the drivers that have locked themselves into the main event. Welcome back, those of you that are watching live as part of this MAV TV on FloRacing broadcast. Once again, a special hello to all the great folks from My Race Pass that are here this evening. Their employees and families taking in all the action from the Turn 1 suites. We appreciate the folks from My Race Pass being not only the presenting sponsor, but we appreciate them being with us here tonight. You just saw Ricky Thornton Jr. in that Bobby and Jessica Kohler-owned 20 RT. James, he's the current series points leader. There's the SSI Motorsports 71. That is driven by the New Deal Hudson O'Neill.
The Bargain Barn 76 car that'll be Blair Nodorf. A home race for him out of Renner, South Dakota. Here on the main straightaway. Behind him in The 18D car, that'll be the Big Perm Dalton Wilson, the James Ratliff Innovative Community Solutions. Grantley Farms entry out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Bobby Pierce, he's won the last 2 preliminary nights here. He is of the Low Voltage Solutions, Oker Trucking 32, Longhorn Big Hill. And the 111, the Brad Spochas entry out of Centerville, PA. That is Max Blair, DJ. Also Garrett Alberson out there, the Roberts Racing 58 car. The Mesilla Valley Transportation entry. Car 58 as we are in this group. Again, we'll have 8. And right now, Jonathan Davenport, the Nutrient Ag Solutions, Dyna-Gro Seed, 49. Longhorn Cornet, 13,399 here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. 13,399 for the 49. He is the only driver in the history of this race. There's been 13 previous Silver Dollar Nationals, DJ. The only driver to win it 3 times is Jonathan Davenport. And tonight, Bobby Pierce snuck in there at the end, DJ.
Yeah, he is the Victory Fuel pole sitter tonight, 1-3-3-6-2. Bobby Pierce, as you mentioned, the high point man after the Thursday and Friday races were finished, and Devin Moran is going to start alongside him in tonight's 80-lap main event. And right on cue, it will be the Dresden, Ohio driver of the Roger Sellers owned Double Down Motorsports 99, Devin Moran, leading out the next wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps.
Currently 3rd in the Lucas Oil Championship points. How about this for Devin Moran? 13 consecutive top 4 finishes. His worst finish, remember the night at Lernerville, he was running 2nd?
Yeah.
Got mud in the wheel. That was his worst finish until right now. That was 17th that night, but he's gone 13 straight races with top 4 finishes. The Johnson Holding Company 25, the current Lucas Oil MLRA points leader. And by the way, he's a 4-time Lucas Oil MLRA champion. That is Chad Simpson out of Malvern, Iowa, DJ.
T-Mac Tim McCready, he's never finished outside the top 10 in 9 starts here at the Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass. Behind him is the defending winner of this race out of New Berlin, Illinois, in the Longhorn factory car, the Shepherd Riggs Racing B5. That is Brandon Shepherd. Brendan Smith, he got his first career top 10 with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series last night. Big shout out to the 18-year-old out of Dade City, Florida. Good run for him. That Big Daddy's Cattle Total Claim Source sponsored number 17 Double S. That's him on your screen. A couple other drivers on the track, James. Carson Ferguson, that Donald and Gina Bradshaw own number 93. The Best Performance Motorsports #1 out of New Waverly, Texas, of course. That's Turbo. Tyler Erm in the Hyman, Pennsylvania 19-year-old, currently leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year standings. Drake Troutman in the number 17.
Brandon Shepherd, the Dude Wipes Valvoline B5, Longhorn Clements powered car, 13,377, DJ.
And James, there's Carson Ferguson on your screen, and I know that there's some really cool things happening. There's a QR code down there. Of course, you and I have talked to Donald Bradshaw as well, and they got some pretty cool stuff happening.
Well, Little Pink Houses of Hope, located there in North Carolina. They're for breast cancer patients. Gives them kind of a retreat, kind of some time away for them and the families. And Donald and his daughter Paige, they're doing a Dancing with the Stars. Donald Bradshaw doing the cha-cha or the marengo. I love it, with his daughter. They're going to do that October the 5th there in North Carolina. If you want to contribute, and you can already put in your votes for Donald and Paige, go to this website, www.littlepink.org. Again, that's the Little Pink Houses of Hope. It's a retreat that they do all kinds of things to help breast cancer patients. And again, Donald and his daughter Paige, Dancing with the Stars, October the 5th. Go on to www.littlepink.org for more information and vote for Donald and Paige. And there you have it.
Well, that is
awesome.
Yep,
that is awesome. And man, we just got so many great drivers and car owners in our series, and we thank each and every one of them. And 17, this is the latest ever in our 20th year, 17 race teams with perfect attendance. That has never happened before in 20 years. They all get winner's circle money, and one of them's going to win $53,000. I don't know who it's going to be. We got 26 starters here tonight, DJ.
Absolutely. Again, appreciate what Donald is doing there with that fundraiser. Before we step aside for a set of commercial breaks, of course, next on the agenda will be the B main for, of course, the Malvern Bank West Series. Give those guys just a couple extra minutes, especially the drivers that were in the 3rd and 4th heat races, to get their car ready again. Let's go ahead and throw the QR code up on the screen for those that would like to get some of that good-looking, brand-new FloRacing merchandise. If you scan that QR code, that takes you right to the website where you can order and wear the very same merch that you see us wearing on TV. If you're not here on the grounds or can't scan that QR, if you're not watching at home and can't scan that QR code, you can simply go to shopflowsports.com. That is shopflowsports.com. And you can get some of that good-looking brand new FloRacing merchandise. And we don't discriminate. We've got just plain FloRacing.
Unless you're 10 miles away from the monitor, then you can.
That's right. You got late models. You've got sprint cars on there. So good-looking stuff. It's at shopflowsports.com. Well, again, let me just say very quick break here while the Malvern Bank cars get turned back around for their B main this evening. Don't go anywhere. This is the 14th running of the Silver Dollar Nationals presented by My Race Pass, and we're live here at Huset Speedway.